Each Friday at Fort Hill, we have an all-school sing, and we invite all of the different classes to come and join together in our big common space, and we sing together, we dance and we move, and it's a way that the children can see that they're a part of a bigger community, and they get to share joy and have a great time, and then it sort of sets the tone for the rest of the day.
The idea of joy is really important to our school. Loris Malaguzzi, who was the founder of the Reggio Emilia approach, wrote that children really expect to find joy where they go. One of the phrases that's often quoted by him is "nothing without joy." And joy comes from many sources. Joy comes from working really hard and having an outcome. It comes from solving a challenging problem, creating something that you didn't have before. I think of the idea of joy as when you're so engaged in something and you're lost in it, and that brings you that feeling of joy. Our program at Fort Hill is inspired by Reggio Emilia, which is an approach to early childhood education that really emphasizes relationships. It really looks at learning as being socially constructed. It's that we learn and develop in relationship to one another.
Caterpillar.
Relationships really form the core of the work that we're doing here at Fort Hill. Children have to feel stable and secure, and they have to have a trusting attachment with a teacher before they can branch out from that and engage in the more dynamic learning experiences that are what happen in the classrooms every day here. Because we really value relationships, we ensure that child-teacher ratios are low and that teachers really have the opportunity to know children deeply and to really form the attachments that they need.
Oh, what about this part?
The image of the child is a phrase that's often used in Reggio-inspired programs. And here at Fort Hill, it's a phrase that we often use, but what it means is that we see children as really strong and capable, competent, very resourceful. They're capable of constructing their own learning and their own knowledge, but that happens in partnership with teachers and with peers. Teachers are, we call them co-constructors of knowledge with children. And that means that we're watching closely, we're observing children, we're really wondering about what they're thinking about, how they're thinking about things. And then our job is to challenge them, to test them, to nurture what they're trying to figure out. We create explorations in the classroom based on what children are wondering about. Children have just so many opportunities to feel that they can take ownership over their learning.
In the Reggio philosophy, they say that children have 100 languages. And the 100 languages really help us to remember that for a young child, a way of expressing yourself is a language. When you come into the art studio, there are mark-making tools, and there's clay, and there's wire, and there's paint, and there are natural materials. They come up with these great ideas, and what they're learning is that knowledge is not top-down, it is a constructed thing. When your ideas are the ones that are being valued, you have an investment in what you're doing, and it is fun. And how important is it to be learning at a young age that learning is fun?
I've got peace like a river.
Giving children the opportunity to love learning will allow them to reach potentials that other environments might not allow. They'll be able to take this with them. This will be the foundation for a life of learning.